The death rattle will always haunt me. So first off, I want to normalize the fact that people hate the sound of the death rattle. But I'm also hoping to educate about what the death rattle actually is, what's causing it, why is it happening, so it doesn't have to haunt you when you hear it. The death rattle is actually called terminal secretions, and it happens in almost everybody at the end of life. Throughout our lives, our body is producing saliva in our mouths, and our brain is just automatically swallowing it. At the end of life, that stops happening. So the body is still creating saliva in the mouth to keep it moist, but our brain is not telling us to swallow it, so it collects in the mouth. Also, at the end of life, you tend to have your mouth hanging open when you're breathing, so you're mouth breathing. And that's just because it takes muscles to shut your mouth. And at the end of life, all of those muscles that do that are just really relaxed. So you're breathing like this. And then all of those secretions are in your mouth that you're not swallowing. So with every breath, that wet breath is going over the secretions and out the mouth, and it's creating a gurgling noise. People hate it, and they think it's coming from their loved one's lungs. They think it's blocking their airway. They think they're suffocating. They think they're drowning on their own fluids, and that is just not happening. The best thing you can do is you can put your loved one's head of bed up. That can help just change the position. You can turn them on their side so the secretion comes out of their mouth, and it should clear it. You could also give medication in the mouth to help dry up those secretions, but then you're causing a dry mouth, so it's kind of a give or take. You could just know that it's a normal part of death and dying, and your loved one's not being bothered by it. How do you know? You know this because at the end of life, your loved one's body is kind of like a baby. Babies can't tell you if something's wrong, but they can show you. They can be fussy, they can whine, they can be restless, they can cry. So if your loved one is not doing that, they are very relaxed. And you can also see it in their face and in their muscles. So that's how we know they're okay. It's a very common thing at the end of life. We don't usually suction it like they do in the hospitals because the suction creates your body wanting to create more saliva, so it actually makes the problem worse. So sorry you feel haunted by it. Again, very normal, and I hope some education helps.